Salut Tama, and welcome up into the Alps where I'm with the Alpine. I've been waiting to drive this car for quite some time. So I've got this car from the brand new Alpine Centre in Zurich. It's basically an add-on to the Renault garage in Zurich, and it's a super cool showroom, and they suggested I take out the new Alpine to try for a couple of weeks because I think that they thought that I probably didn't appreciate or understand how good this car is, and to be honest they were completely right. My first impression when I first sat in the car, I wasn't blown away. Now it's been 10 days with the car, and every day I've been driving it, I've enjoyed it more and more every single day. And now by the end of my 2 weeks nearly, I'm going to be super sad to give it back. Yeah, it is snowing quite a bit, as you can see at the moment. But I do live in Switzerland, and that is part of living in Switzerland. You have to be prepared to be outside in the elements. But anyway, back to the car. I have put a link to the Alpine Centre Zurich below. So if you don't know, which you probably do, but I'm going to tell you anyway, the Alpine is powered by a 1.8 litre turbocharged engine with a massive 250 horsepower and 320 newton meters of torque. Now I know that doesn't sound like much, but bear in mind this weighs 1100 kilograms, which is nothing. After all, it is called an Alpine, and I'm testing that name by bringing it deep into the Alps today. But anyway, before my ears fall off, let's jump inside.
I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in their cradles, profanities. I see the world through ice covered in ink and bleach. Cross out the ones who heard my cries and watched me weep. I love everything.
Quick turnaround to get back up. The snow's coming down, now even harder, but I love that. Out inside the elements. Oh, I'm not in sport mode, that's not good. In the Alpine. This is a full weather test today with this car, really testing how good it is for its name. Can it stand real Alpine conditions? Hairpin bend. Trying not to slide too much out the corner. In one sense, this is not ideal car testing conditions, but on another side, it also really is, because I'm going to find out just how good this is in these conditions. And it also just looks super cool outside. Love being in the mountains in the winter, foot's flat down, no power. Traction control is stopping me from pretty much doing anything. Come on, little car. Whoa, there we go. So what have I not particularly liked about this car? Well, there's definitely nothing that I've hated. One or two things, if I'm being picky, if I really have to find something, the onboard computer just feels really old and it's a bit slow. It's just a bit outdated, but you know, this car is a driver's car. It was made for driving. It's not made to be luxurious or anything like that. What else don't I like? Well, the luggage space is just a big issue really. Otherwise, I pretty much, I think, like everything about this car. What I do really like about it is these seats. Not only do they look incredible, they really are beautiful bucket seats. They're super comfy, and that's very rare that can happen, to have such beautiful looking bucket seats, but to be so comfortable. I think these are probably some of the most comfortable bucket seats I've ever sat in. And as most of you have probably thought, this is a tiny car. When you see it, or when you see my picture on Instagram when I'm standing next to it, it really looks miniature. But what's very surprising is, inside, you really don't have that feeling. Legroom in here is really good. The driving position is bang on in this. Definitely a driver focused car. I'm not going anywhere fast up here today. But is it fun? Yes, definitely fun. Do you know what word springs to mind when I think about this car and after my last week? And that is nostalgia. And if you don't know what nostalgia means, I'm now going to tell you all the exact definition to that word. Nostalgia is a sentimentality for the past, typically for a period or place with happy personal associations. I think the people that this car mainly appeals to at the moment is the older generation that were around when the original Alpine was out. And for them, when they see it, they do become nostalgic. But I now have huge amounts of respect for it. It's just such a brilliant car.
Andruet est en tête avec 1 minute 44 secondes d'avance sur Anderson.
To breathe, but that's alright. Hush.
It really does feel quite quick with a low center of gravity, and the weight of the car just makes for a perfect recipe for having so much fun. And it is actually extremely daily usable. It's so easy to drive, not tiring at all, and I cannot stress enough again about how comfortable these seats are. You could drive this every day, no problem, which with a lot of other small sports cars like a Lotus or the Alpha 4C, you just couldn't. So to finish off today's video, even if there is one or two little things that maybe I'm not completely happy with in it, it doesn't affect how much that I've loved this car, and it really gets 10 out of 10 for me. It's just a fantastic car that makes you smile all the time. I had many smiles per gallon, and I also did it in such comfort in here. Stand still, 0 to 80 to finish up today. So you will see for yourselves. There we go. It's pretty quick. Really, just get out there and try one if you can. Real genuine smiles, I promise you. This is what this car does to you. Make you smile. The gearbox I think works super good, and honestly I feel that it suits the car. I know there's going to be some people saying it should have been with a manual, but I really feel like the gearbox suits the car. But thanks again for watching. Give it a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it, and I shall see you all again soon. Probably the next video being with the very first drive in my own car, which I cannot wait to make. So for me, it's ciao for now.